Penang, Malaysia for the afternoon session on day 2 of the Alchemist Cup. I have next to me, please introduce yourself.
Jason, this is Jesse.
Woohoo! Woo! We are back for 5 more games.
Wow.
This is a 10-game day of Scrabble. Just absolutely gargantuan.
Yeah, the only people more excited is David Eldar. Look at that smile.
Indeed.
He's so excited.
What a cheeky monkey.
Wow, he's still smiling. Oh, now he's smiling even more.
And then we have Jesse Day, who is comparably stoic on the other side.
Yeah, wow.
And
how is the tournament going so far?
I would have to say pretty good.
Yeah.
Team USA is up, was it 2 games, Kumar? They're up on the field right now?
Let's see.
We're going to get our...
The results, they are up by 2 games.
Excellent.
2 games.
2 games, USA is up. And then is the rest of the world still in second?
Rest of the world is second.
Thailand third?
Nigeria is
Oh, Nigeria's jumped ahead. Nice. All right.
4 games ahead of Thailand, although they're both 8 wins.
Okay. So in that case, the first tiebreaker is those games, so that explains that. All right. So the clock has been started. Jesse Day has drawn first. He's got a Q along with... he's playing that pretty fast. QI, keeping geste.
Good play.
David Eldar, meanwhile, has it's like
Pipey.
FIPY.
Oh, is it an F?
I think that's an F. I could be mistaken.
No, you're right. Oh, he has his own rack, so it's hard to see. Oh my.
It's doing that.
Oh my.
It's like a variation on the Nigel.
Oh my.
Instead of off screen, it's on screen with a second
my.
rack.
Oh my. Is it E, F, G...
Might be his lucky rack.
E, G, L...
Colin, in this case,
Y, I, F.
it is pretty unusual to see Jesse play fast, but there really isn't much to think about with that rack. You just got to get rid of the Q.
GIF Yelp.
So GIF leaving Yelp left over.
Oh, blocking vintages.
Mm-hmm. However, you can still play something alongside that. You can make a word with, well, probably several. Chin and gift and something like vent or gent, or I don't know what's the right one, but something along those lines. Sim is preferring vent, it looks like, in the static, but...
Yeah, vent seems good. You have an E for event.
Yeah, vent is looking all right here. Matthew Tunnicliffe is in the chat. Welcome. He says, I heard he once won a game starting with less than 3 minutes. I'm impressed. I'm going to guess perhaps he showed up late for a play session and just had to make some really fast decisions. Yeah, I don't remember this story. Matthew, do you know where this was? I feel like I would remember this tournament if I knew, but this is a story I don't know. The thunderstorms have arrived early in Penang today. Usually we are accustomed to them appearing around 5:30 p.m. But all right, Matthew does know. Vegas Nationals. That was against him. Well, that makes sense. Of course, that's why you would know. That would be a pretty memorable win or loss, certainly.
Eldar has 2 P's. I love it when you have 2 P's.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great feeling. And I guess he has EELRPPY.
That looks like it, yeah. Not quite pre-play.
Ooh, that's not a word, right?
Oh, reapply.
Good thing event has a E hook, otherwise he would have few plays. You could play Yelp making event or Pervy making just Pervy.
I think Pervy makes things a little bit complicated and doesn't need to be quite yet. I like Yelp.
Well, Yelp puts the Y in a juicy spot.
It does.
And after Pervy, there's nowhere to play. So Pervy might be... yeah, Pervy seems quite good. Whoa. Eldar is a force over Jesse Day.
That's quite the head-to-head. And I'm going to take comfort in the fact that it's not only me that has to witness Jesse being spelled the wrong way when my name's put up on screen.
Purvey wins a sim by a lot over Yelp. By like 3% of expected wins.
That's okay, Kumar. It happens all the time. And I know Jesse Day will say the same thing.
What is he thinking of? He is...
He's got rep lined up possibly, and event. I don't know. That seems to be what he's got on his rack. Hey, look at the sim. Hervey is still ahead, but rep is competing comparably with some of the other options, including Yelp.
Yeah, but none of them really make sense except for Purvey.
So perhaps for anyone looking to gain some strategical insight, maybe talk about Purvey. You mentioned it leaves nothing to play with in response, but there is the R up to the triple word score, so maybe you can elaborate on what you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, to use the R on that triple word score, you need to have a pretty good rack anyway. But let's say you played Yelp, that put the Y in a spot where you just need 4, you know, you don't really need a good rack to make a word there, and it would score a lot because that Y would add a lot of firepower. I think that's why David Eldar is looking at playing something like rep. Gotcha. It would score less getting to the triple word. The Purvey is super defensive because the P, right? Putting the P there, it's hard to make. There's not very many 2-letter words ending in P. Mm-hmm. Just up and op. And yeah, what would you play?
I think I wouldn't like that Purvey limits options so much early on. I understand that it's good to not give something back, but it also leaves me with nothing to do on the next turn. That's kind of why I don't like it, but I totally get it. I understand the logic to it when you're explaining it, but for me, I know Yelp does give options back, but I don't know, I think I prefer it there. It may not be right, but for my style, I like Yelp.
Yeah.
But Purvey makes sense, I totally get it.
Perp is really good for defense as well, but the leave at ELY is not as good as Purvey's leave.
Jalapik likes Perp, and Aaron Bader is back in the chat and says, Jesse is actually a very good blitz player, and that's kind of the funny thing. Jesse Day actually does play very well fast when he is forced to. It's just by default, that's not the way he approaches the game.
Yeah, I fell in the same category.
And Aaron Bader says, slick new layout. Thanks, Aaron. This is actually what we had in mind when we were planning the event before coming here. Was we got to interact with Kumar and Michael Tang and Barry Harridge, and we had a couple of calls on Skype to get some ideas for the layout so we could make this the best experience possible for everybody. So glad you like it. This is pretty much exactly what we had in mind when we were storyboarding and getting ready for the event.
Whoa.
Goo.
What are they laughing about?
Perhaps just goo. Quackle is far more preferable, or partial to goos, it looks like, or just ooh ooh.
Wait, goatsy is a word?
Yes.
What?
Yes, and it's exactly what you think it is.
The highest scoring play available is not a good play, but it is goatsy making perps.
And this confirms what we know about Goatsy. It might look like an option that's appealing for half a second, and you realize, no, there are other better ways to go about things.
Huh, he played Gore. Yep. In a Quackle sim, Goose making cheese is, for 24 points, is the best simming. And the original spot that Goo was put on the board is the second best. Not. I feel like Jesse might have been overthinking this and sacrificing for not much reason.
Meanwhile, Eldar's played Nylon underneath the G and the I in Gift.
Did he miss? I guess he missed Levy making Guri.
It appears to be so, because the chat actually just mentioned that a Y hotspot was created with Guri, and he didn't play it. He went for Nylon instead.
Maybe he played a little too fast.
Jesse's got a... Someone mentioned tough rack for Jesse. Yeah, that's that's a tough one for sure. And he is abounding in arse. Him, Daddy Jesse Day, gets all the arse.
We should tone it down.
Let's see, on David Eldar's rack, there's Xylene. Not seeing any spot for that, but...
I think most of his plays are in the row below Arceus. Play Oxy or Oxeye or Yex.
And Levy is still there. Maybe not the best move this time, but it's still there.
Oh yeah, right, good point. That probably is.
Look at that, yeah, Levy's staying pretty high up there.
Yeah, I feel like you can't just imagine Nigel playing Levy. Like, he loves leaving his high firepower tiles if he doesn't need to use them to score. And the X will still be very valuable next turn.
Aditya Yangar says Levy's still better now. Yeah, we would have to agree. Jalapik says Levy gives him a shot at perhaps drawing into Ixora on the next turn. But he goes for Oxy in this case, which was the option just beneath Levy on the sim. We compare a few of the others.
Yep. He has Fetid lined up under Arceus, but there's a new spot for his F opened up by Oxy. I'm not sure he wants to take it though, because Fetid is so nicely defensive, and any play he'd make with Foxy would
Very not
open
defensive.
quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think I like fatted a little bit better as well in this position.
Yeah. I never appreciated how enjoyable it is to watch David Eldar play Scrabble.
It can be quite expressive.
I guess I imagine it's a lot more fun to play Scrabble with him than it is to play poker.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, he's
nice play.
Yeah, nice play.
Yeah, for those who don't know, David Eldar is a world-class poker player as well. He's made a fair bit of money playing poker. And he's going to play a bonus pretty quick here. Leasing goes down.
Good, nice. That is the best play.
And we're in a dead heat here with 1 point difference between the two right now. Back over to Jesse Day.
So quiet.
Let's see. Aaron Bader asked, did Jesse have anything wild when he played Arceus? We didn't really see anything in the list, did we? No? It was pretty straight up.
Yeah, Arceus was the highest scoring, and I'm not sure what wild possibilities physics or Aaron has in mind. Yeah, so far, the only 9 we've had on this board has been rationals. So I do.
There were several attempts at 9s.
Right.
They didn't end too well.
There's also an attempt at a 11?
Was it 11?
De-amortizes.
Oh, right. De-amortizes, yeah.
That was a...
Oh, okay, so there was a score from the last game
Oh
that
my.
we've just been alerted of. So David Eldar lost by a single point before lunch to Stanley Joroge from East Africa, I believe.
Jesse Day is looking at maybe Ogam through the G of leasing. That's 33 points.
Scores well.
Scores well. That's as high as he's going to score, and basically as good of a lead as he's going to get. Is Team Australia still in the dumps?
They were having a hard time. The way Ed Oculitz described it earlier today was the dream team is having a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. They're in 7th place out of 10 teams. But it's a long tournament, and they're one of the strongest. They should come back.
We'll root for them to rally back, certainly.
Cool. He's played Ogam. It's a great choice.
Good play.
Whoa. Every time we've had Eldar on this board, he's gotten so many L's. He's on track. He's drawn every L this game, too. Great. Go David Eldar.
And the last game for Jesse Day was a little bit more of a spread. He lost 417 to 472 to Ming Hui Hubert Wee from Singapore. Welcome back, Peter Armstrong, who says Fiod Foxy would have left toe instead of OO. Yep.
Would it have been hit with a triple? Yeah, seedling. Oh, no.
Not quite.
Almost. For Eldar, nothing exciting here. You could dump Ulu above Perps or dump Alu next to Ogum.
Ulu, shout out to Mr. Ulu, Matthew Tunnicliffe's favorite fictional character in his Cross Tables legendary games. If you haven't seen some of these constructed games that Matthew Tunnicliffe has made against Mr. Ulu, they are outstanding. Also shout out to Seth Lipkin, who created Ulu, the replacement to Zarf, which is no longer functional on the newer versions of iPhones and is no longer downloadable. So Ulu, the replacement tool. Yeah. 2 references to Scrabble culture. Welcome back to Jennifer Lee.
One nice play, if he plays Ulu on the left, so under, like Ulu making OU on the lower left of the board, he has an L to hook onto Lulu onto the triple.
Lulu.
Quackle really likes that play. Then probably next best option is Luau above Perps. At least LOT, which is probably his best possible leave.
Yeah, out of all the options, that's pretty good. It's a sheep, I think, isn't it?
Really?
I can't remember. I'm not sure.
Eldar's playing very slowly. Somewhat uncharacteristic. His mouth is also all over his face. It's kind of on the left side of his face.
Mutual has been lined up on his rack to blow through some of those U's. And that is what he's going to go for. So that leaves mutuals and batiks.
I'm sad it's not enough space for something like mutualize. For some reason, Quackle really hates playing mutual. Quackle has mutual as like 23% win chances, and the various Ulus has about 26% win chances. It also thinks umlaut, the anagram of mutual, is much better, which is very weird. Oh, it might like umlaut because there aren't very many O's left, and you have an O, and you need the O to play parallel to it.
Umlaut also allows for the possibility of pulling a J or a Z and making an O play after to come back, whereas mutual doesn't offer that opportunity, so it's possibly thinking about how to swing the game in your favor.
Yeah, umlaut makes your O more valuable because of those possibles. Z or J plays. But still, I don't really like either of them. It might make more sense to play so many letters if there were better tiles to go for, but there's only 2 S's and no blanks and no X. Batiks is a Malay word. This is very exciting. It's a segue into talking about all the Malay words that are in Scrabble.
Yes. So there's Rojak as well, as we've seen out in the streets.
I think the very first game of the tournament, or one of the first games, somebody almost had, when he played Goani, could have played Wayang, W-A-Y-A-N-G. Thanks for the light, Michael Tang. Yeah, great. I love it.
You prefer this or?
It's great.
Sure.
On. Wayang is like a Malay shadow puppetry.
Oh.
That's real cool.
I learned something new. Cool. Alexi says, Jason Katz-Brown, you have to buy a batik shirt here in Jakarta.
I did! I'll show it to you when I meet you in Jakarta. And then I would love to buy more, so please help me buy more.
Jesse Day is playing knobs, hooking the B onto Oxy to make Boxy, and that was one of the high simming options.
Yeah, great play.
Where my
Nice score
shrimps?
as well.
Where my shrimps? I'm not sure who you are, but I like the name. Knobs looks nice too. We agree.
Wow, Knobs is very nice. That was so defensive. Takes a commanding position in just one play.
We have got some team standings showing up on the bottom ticker here. Ooh, Team USA at 11
Whoa,
points with 39 wins cumulatively.
that's so many points.
Rest of the world is at 9 wins, 2 games back. They have 37 wins. In third place, Nigeria with 8 wins and 41 wins as a team. So this goes to show you just how interesting this all is. Nigeria has the most wins of any team, I believe, and yet they are in third place. Looks like Australia has rallied back, 8 wins.
What are your thoughts on Eldar's winning chances / what he could play?
That is a good question.
Or-
Let's see, he's down by 71 points. He's got lots of 1-point tiles. So, yeah, this is an interesting spot here because the board's limited. And partially by his own design, unfortunately, with the choice of Herp.
I mean, he kind of needs to open up a second spot so that Jesse doesn't shut down mutuals, his hook. But there isn't really a... Oh. No. Like, what about even some... And he has the only S, so you might want to...
That spot's extremely valuable.
Yeah, something like Slurp could be enticing, but then that he needs the S. He has like no high scoring plays. His only, yeah. I don't see any good option.
How many C's are played?
You're thinking of Ralph?
Yes.
That's very daring.
Yeah, I don't think it quite calls for that yet, but that was my thought. I think you'd have to be a little bit more desperate. So, our...
Our is probably quite good. It leaves ELRS, and there's tons of vowels to be drawn. About half the bag, 16 out of 37 unseen tiles were vowels, so ELRS is a really good leave to keep. Oof, he hasn't.
So he's got Naval RS.
Oh, he has Verlands.
Verlands, yeah.
I think R was a very professional play. He didn't get too desperate. He kept his patience.
So now, if you were a Jesse Day, when you're looking at this board, Our has just taken out the G, as far as Ing plays could have gone for David Eldar. Not that the O was ever a threatening lane, but the G and the O were taken out. P would make the word, as far as a bonus goes, have to end in O or U, so you don't have to worry about that part of the board. AY or OY bingos on nylon are fairly unlikely, so there's really only one, well, there's 2 spots, I guess. There's the A in Ogham, and there's hooking neutral with an S to worry about as far as bonuses go. Meanwhile, he's got 3 I's, and then besides the M, low-scoring tiles. So ideally, when you're blocking, if you are blocking, you want to score a decent amount.
Yeah, you can't really block the neutral spot without setting up another S spot.
That's the problem.
I mean, Quackle, his scoring plays to the P of perps, like Tramp or a Trip,
Tramp would be leaving the 3 eyes, which is a nightmare scenario.
Especially when there's still 3
in the
eyes to
bag.
draw.
A trip, IIM is still not really that good. I think it's better in the sense that
Oh yeah.
Retina is suggested through some disconnected letters, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Retina, Riff, IO, and AH. That's quite something.
Yeah.
I don't think, yeah. What do you do? There's one exchange that's made the list. It's about 6 on the, or 7 on the list, changing 2 eyes. I don't think I need to change in this position. Gotta play something. Let's see. Peter has suggested a trip. Peter Andronowski, hello.
Yeah, a trip is a great suggestion. I think that's simming best. And second best in the sim is Retina through the E and the N of event and leasing.
I think as far as the bad leaves go, a trip is the least bad, and that's probably why it's on the top.
Yeah. But in any case, it seems unlikely that Verlands will get blocked to the hooking on neutrals.
Seems quite unlikely. The nice thing about Verland is because it starts with a V.
Wow.
You're not going to have any scoring
Yeah.
riposts coming from side Jesse, so that's nice for David Eldar.
Yeah. So mutual will pay off. That's a great long-term bet that would work out. I mean, as much as Jesse is deliberating, his winning chances are still very good. As it was just showing, he's still at like 90% to win. That's not knowing that his opponent's about to play Verlance for a lot. But it'll still be about even after that huge bingo. Unless is he going to somehow... No, okay.
So he's going to play Retina.
Oh, Retina,
Nice
that's a really,
spot.
really good play.
It's a nice spot.
It's a very nice play.
And if you're David Eldar, you're looking at that from your point of view. You've got letters that form Retina, which we know is a bingo stem. That's going to make you go, durr. Verlands goes down fast, and it is a game again for David Eldar.
Wow. Ooh, he has drew another eye.
Jalapic likes aim at 13K instead of Retina.
Yeah, but then you can play...
Something at the end of T still.
Yeah.
Doesn't really block.
Yeah. Wow, now this board is... Whew.
Eldar's right.
Oh my gosh, Eldar has all vowels. And Jesse Day has plenty of vowels too. But the bag, that means the bag has
Full of consonants.
full of consonants.
So this actually would be very interesting if Jesse Day considered an exchange. To his perspective, the bag is
Yeah.
about even,
Yeah.
and in reality, it is not.
Also surprising is just how few valid plays Jesse has.
In fact, there's just one.
Yeah, if
on
you
the
look at
list.
Quackle's top 15, there's only MIL, which is, I mean, surely the right play here just because there's nothing else. Wow. Whoa, now Eldar's mouth has moved to the right side of his face.
A little bit of an instant replay there. Look as he slightly curves his upper lip, preparing for the next move. Almost like a golf commentary there. I just need to get a little bit more hushed and sound like I've just taken some kind of drug and just be like, yes, the way he shuffled his rack is just absolutely beautiful. Preparing for the approach shot. Peter Armstrong suggests Mill. Yes, that would be the one valid play that Quackle's got that it considers worth doing as opposed to exchanging. The other plays in the list are all some form of exchange. We have that on screen there, so you can see all of the exchange options.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think what tiles does he want to draw? Even if he exchanged a lot, like what were you hoping to draw, or what did he hope to draw to his EIIRU?
Well, you would have to look at options that end in EA, for example, for Retinae, you know, bonuses there. So I was looking at like Eurydinia, but Retinae with an I at the end does not work.
Yeah. Well, at this point, probably there's likely to be no more bingos, but the J and the Z, and then two W's, an H. And the J and the Z. I mean, one reason you have to play MIL is because the Z can really hurt you with Zell.
I mean, in a huge stretch, he could actually play into Thiorea and Retinae, but that's so unlikely.
Good spot. Oh, there's no used stuff, so there's no. I see.
He holds the only U.
Right,
exactly.
if he can play out IM.
The American says Z, the Canadian says Z, says Aaron Bader. Did I say Z? Did I? Am I slipping? It's a Z, clearly.
Cool, he played Mill. Good going. Actually, that's crazy that Quackle only sims MIL is winning 37% of the time.
That's a huge swing of win percentage from what he had before.
Yeah, it's like a, oh no.
There's another one of your oh no's. Oh no!
Oh, man. But little does he know that Eldar has no consonants.
And he is making a very quick change, holding on to EO.
Oh, interesting. EO. Because there's no O's in the bag to him. Yeah, that makes sense. Good changing. Why didn't he keep AE? Why did he go with OE?
Perhaps to hook onto the P and perps so he can play to the left. Maybe
right.
just giving himself an option to work with a little later on.
Right.
Evans Clinchy,
What up, y'all?
Hey.
you are here fast. Was your game a walkover for one of you?
Yeah, I kind of like drew big words and played them for a lot of points pretty quickly, so I'm done now.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, it worked well for me.
Whoa.
I played Antelope. I played Stembach for like 88.
Nice.
And
Whoa.
like hook the S and make Stembox and restyling or something for like 1 million more points, and yeah, I won.
You would make Judy Roman proud.
That's
because
right,
you
yeah.
know your antelopes.
I do know antelopes.
Aaron Bader says, "Hi again, Evans."
Hi
And
again, Aaron.
Of course, your lovely fiance is watching and says,
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Yay.
It's funny, both Will and Evans, the first thing they said when I alerted them to their fiancés being in the stream was "sweetie" in some sort. So cute.
What time is it there? I don't even. Oh my God, it's 11:30.
I have it on my watch.
Wow.
11:25.
Jesse's
I
in-
figured you would just have like time zone math memorized. With
Well,
your
I keep
profession.
my home time on my watch and then local time on my phone, so I always just check between the two and I know which one.
What should Jesse do?
Back to
What
the game,
does Jesse-
exactly.
Is
He's
this
got
ERBE? This is not good for him. It is.
no.
Kind of an ugly board though. Like,
He's up by 20, so it's not too bad.
yeah, like there's not a lot of like openings on the board for Eldar to like
Is he going to
do
exchange?
much.
Quacko points out that you could play Bori, B through the ORE, so B, he would play the B and the E.
Is that
The
one
lead
of
of-
his board?
No.
Oh, look at that. Deldar is making a quick play of Jean.
Oh, I thought it was
Square
Jesse's
knight.
turn. What's going on?
He changed. So Jesse changed.
Oh, and
Eldar
then
played
Eldar
fast.
played really quickly. Okay.
Yeah,
He is-
Quacko actually likes the exchange of Jesse's. Even
So-
Did
more
he just
than-
keep ER and trade 5?
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldar, I think, is using time against Jesse in this case. Part
It's a
of
good
the-
strategy. I must be honest.
He's played Jean fast
I've done
because
it to my success.
he's seen Jesse Day is low on time. He's now at 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's like too many tiles in the bag to have only 2 minutes left. What are you doing, Jesse?
Yeah, it's not great.
This is also like a really hard board to play fast on.
Yeah.
Like it's complicated these
Because
games.
you cannot possibly play more than like 2 tiles at a time.
Yeah.
He's got.
It's gonna be hard to play 18 tiles 2 at a time.
I would consider something like Adored through the ORE to open the board up.
Do we know this over?
Dead ARA, and the pool is fairly consonant heavy.
Yeah, there's. Could we show the unseen tiles on the stream? There's an A in the bag, 2 E's, 4 I's, an O, and a
I
U.
thought he was gonna play Dada and Ja on the right.
I think he was considering that briefly, and Dead has gone down underneath as well.
If somebody hits a 6-letter word ending in A or O, that's probably the highest scoring thing available. Like whoever hits that spot's probably gonna win.
That will be helpful.
Although maybe nobody will hit that spot.
I think David.
Oh, the
Eldar
O's
has-
are gone, right? There's all 8 of them already played.
He had a Weto, I thought, but he's got tied with.
Yeah, see,
7
that's the
nice
kind of
play.
word. Yeah, like that's so many points to how you come back from that.
Wow.
Jesse
Oh.
Day's almost got Archea, not
Death
quite.
blow. Oh my, 42.
He's got-
Taking a 38-point lead. Wow, way to go, good spotting, David Eldar.
Yeah, that's
Fast
exactly
playing
the kind of play
Jesse
he
Day.
needed.
Yeah.
Are there any 6-letter words in his rack?
He has Archea. He needs to play that down to the J quickly.
Archia? That's what you guys?
No, I don't think that's a
That
word.
would be good. Yeah.
It's not a word.
Oh, am I thinking
You can
Archie?
play
There's
cheap.
like Archea. That's
You
a
can-
7, like ARCHA.
You can play cheap to the P. That's 39.
Yeah, he should do that and quickly.
Yeah,
Damn
seriously.
it, Jesse.
Seriously. Seriously.
Why is your
Seriously.
clock still ticking? Make a play.
Did you forget about the P that's there?
You can't forget about the P that's there. No, don't do that. Do that and do it fast.
Oh my god.
Go, go,
Whoa,
go.
whoa, play
I
cheap.
can't. I like being Jesse's opponent in tournaments and putting him in this situation. I don't like being his teammate in these situations.
Oh. Coria suggested.
God,
in
this
the
is
list
such
as
a
well.
complicated end game because the pool is terrible. The unseen to Jesse is
Oh,
He's
he's
playing
playing
cheap. You keep AIR.
BCIIO.
Oh,
He's
he's
just
trying
playing
to.
Haka.
Wow.
Oh.
How many things can you draw a bingo with? We know what's actually in the bag, so we'll find out.
Nothing?
Does that ever hit in a way that Eldar
I
doesn't
don't-
spot
I
and
don't-
block?
I don't-
Like, what's his second spot?
I don't think so.
I don't like that play.
He drew a W.
That doesn't seem helpful.
No.
Now he's got Waka Waka.
But Eldar is forced to make a crazy block here, right?
Oh, what's Eldar's rack? Oh, geez, he has.
Oh,
so
maybe
many
not.
stuff.
Maybe not. Because
Can he just keep scoring and outrun whatever
not
Jesse
really
does?
threatening anything. I think so. Yeah.
Jesse has how much? 14 seconds? Oh my god.
Oh.
What's like a high scoring, like 5-letter word? Aka takes a W or an H, right? So like,
I mean, WHEAR.
he doesn't have anything that puts a big letter on a big square? Probably not.
No. So, Crackle suggests for Eldar's endgame BI along Tideway, making BI and ID. Then let's see what would happen.
The dramatic TV of championship player loading.
Whoa, Rabby, what?
What the hell?
There could be a really... God, I don't know what's going on. Rabby
Play out the
and
whole
then...
sequence to see what happens there. I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh, Rabby to block a big Z play. And
What's the
then
big Z play that?
COZ and Biz.
BI sets up Biz.
Yeah, but
That's clever. Wow. If those guys find that sequence of plays, that'd be so cool.
Jesse Day is not finding anything in 14 seconds.
Well, I mean, he's looking for plays now.
The thing with buy is it sets up Biz in 2 spots.
The other thing with buy is that it complicates the game for somebody who has 14 seconds on their clock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it benefits you if you're Eldar to make the play that confuses your opponent with 14 seconds on his clock.
You're right, BI is really clever.
Like, Eldar has time to actually suss out the sequence of plays that would happen. Jesse does
my
not.
God. If BI happens, Jesse's going to be...
Yeah, like his head will
flummoxed.
explode. He'll have 14 seconds to like put his head back together, and then like, yeah, it's not going to work for him. I will be so impressed if Eldar plays BI.
He has 4 more minutes to find it.
Let's see what's second best.
Eldar is holding his hair in his hands.
Wow, his head has appeared in the other camera. I thought we had lost it. Is he literally just holding his hair?
Yes.
What?
That's why I said he wasn't holding his head in his hands, just his hair. Oh, you can ask Evans to reveal his Aerolith name if he hasn't already. Yes, Aaron, that's true, I could, but Jennifer implied that it was a secret.
Oh yeah, totally a secret. Can't tell you.
Okay, that's fine. And yes, Jennifer, Eldar and Jesse Day both have a habit of doing that, having their hair block their racks and the board. So he's going for
That's a
biotic.
great play. That's one of the second best sequences because it threatens CUZ to go out.
Play something now. Play something. Play something.
Cha.
Faster. Faster.
Where?
Say the score. Hit your clock.
Why not?
Oh, nicely done, Biotic and Cuz. That's really cool.
Why not Chower? Oh, bummer.
Oh yeah, Char. That's a word. I mean, he loses anyway.
Yeah, he loses anyway.
Good job. Good effort.
Yeah, Biotic was very nice too. Good
Appropriately,
game.
Jesse has his favorite word still on his rack. IR. He's never gonna watch this, is he?
He might.
No. I gotta go.
Have fun.
Have fun. Thanks for joining us. You're the best. Wow, Eldar wins. Great win by Eldar. He played so
Indeed.
well. That was such a good game.
It's a good game. 37 points difference between the two players. It was very well contested. Tideway making a huge difference.
Tideway. That was beautiful. Yeah, Eldar was just so solid. And like he really I think each play built on the last, especially Verland's hooking on the visuals. David Eldar wins, indeed. Great graphic.